Hello, entrepreneurs. As we support one another's business, let's make sure that we are respectful to one another. Make sure that you treat that black entrepreneur just like you would if you were treating anybody else. Make sure that you are not trying to negotiate them out of their price. Make sure that you pay for it and make sure that you're responsible for it. There's a difference between doing business with somebody who sells you a product versus a service. When it comes to service, if those people ask you for service, because a lot of times people are like, I'm scared to do business, and why you ask up front or why you ask for a deposit. Let me explain something to you. When you're doing a service, it's always tricky, depending on what the service is. Like I do taxes. You would be surprised how many people will come and they'll want to see the return before they pay. Well, I'm smart enough to know if you don't like it and you don't like the results, then you're going to go to somebody else, or you'll say, wait, or I don't have it. But guess what? I can't get back. I can't get back my time. So I have learned to say, okay, I will not deliver a copy. I will not do anything until I am paid. You're welcome to go anywhere else and still get it looked at, but you have to compensate me for my time. And you don't get to decide, oh, well, since I'm not using your taxes, I'm just going to pay you this. Is that fair? Is that legit? Does that make sense? Would you do that to H&R Block? Would you do that to Jackson Hewitt? No. I even had somebody go as far to tell me, well, you're not, in a building, you're not legit. Honey, I'm not in the building because I understand overhead. I'm not in the building because I am a business coach and I understand I could go and rent a place to make you feel comfortable. But how many people actually go sit in a tax office now? How ignorant is that? If you don't respect me enough, and think about it. First of all, back in the day, you used to have to take off to get your taxes done. There would be a line. There would be people waiting, and you would have to sit, and you got to pick up your kids, and you got this and you got that. And it used to be worth it because remember, we used to be able to get money in 2 hours or 3 hours. And so you would go and you would get the money and you would leave out of there and have enough to do what you needed to do. Well, that time has changed. And as times change, one of the things, which that's what you get when you get me as a business coach, long before COVID, I already knew I didn't want a tax office. To have a tax office, whether I'm in the office or not, I've got to court you and you've got to trust me to come into that office. Do you know how many people have offices and they have still gone to jail? I have a client right now that I am helping him clear up because his tax person had multiple offices, but his tax person is also in jail. So an office does not a business make. It doesn't make them legit. And just because I'm not in the office does not mean you have the opportunity or should you have the audacity to disrespect my business. I understood a long time ago I can charge you less because I have less overhead. But I will always charge you fair because you're using my brain. You're using my thought process. You're using my strategy. You are paying me to think ahead and to think beyond things that you don't even know. I deal with the IRS every day. And like I tell people, when I do taxes, I do them as if I have to defend it to the IRS if it comes back. I am already thinking about the what if before it happens. That's the benefit of a professional. And I'm not even going to say every professional. That's the benefit of me, the Queen Bee. I earned the title because I put in the work. I didn't just make it up. And it took me a long time to feel comfortable to walk in it. But over years of proving myself, I can tell you, you won't find anybody that works harder. And you won't find anybody that's going to be more honest. And since we're having honest conversations, and I talked about how taxes are changing, get ready. It has changed. It is changing. The time of bringing in a lot of money on refunds is leaving. It's going. So we're in mid-month. We're in checkup month, as I say. Start changing the way you look at stuff. Start rethinking it so that you're not looking around in January, February, and March expecting a refund that may or may not happen. They are changing things. Like I said, we went from the rapid refund Then we went to, where that was illegal because, people were making a lot of money just by you needing the money quicker. Then they went to different, and that's kind of like, basically, it was like highway robbery in a sense with the interest rates and the amount of money the tax offices were making. So it was a way to protect you, but at the same token, people need money, and right after Christmas, everybody is in that lull, and you've overspent. Now it's changing to where once number 47, the president you all elected now, when he was in office the first time, the economy that you're complaining about, that everybody blamed on Joe Biden, was actually his Tax and Jobs Act. When you have to fill out that new W-4. Now you're bringing home, go look at your pay stubs. Like I said, this is mid-year checkup. Go look at your pay stub. I know too many people get direct deposit, so you don't even look at your stub. But go and check and see how much is being withheld. See how much is coming out of your check federally. If you're not having anything come out and you don't have children, chances are you're not going to get a refund. So I don't want you to go through all year thinking I'm going to do something different. And then if you have a business and you do money on the side, I need you to understand how that works as well. Because sometimes just having that business and writing off everything is not the answer. There are so many things for you to think about. So I started out talking about how we need to treat one another. And then I moved into talking about the taxes because, as you can see, I am passionate about helping people. And that's really why I do so well in my business. I make money, but the passion and the help comes first. And anybody that's ever dealt with me will tell you the same thing. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee. Go back and watch the video. Take some notes. Go do your mid-year checkup. And then come back to me and let's get you started on the right path. It's been your girl. Watch, like, subscribe, and share the video with somebody else. 7 minutes out of your time is worth it if it will change your income.